Got everything. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Slimes and Bobs, and welcome to the second day of our Alice-inspired makeup looks, courtesy of this lovely little palette here, and of this lovely little guy here, who's kind of stolen my heart. I did the Hatter yesterday. You'll have seen that by now. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't decided to watch the Hatter. I was quite proud of the Hatter. I kept looking at it yesterday in mirrors and just admiring the look. I was vainly quite proud of it, I have to say. I know that sounds bad, but I just kept looking at it thinking, I've actually done something cool. I was happy with it. Nobody else really noticed, but who cares? I was happy. So today we are actually going to do the Red Queen, and I'm going to stop it there because I've considered doing Morana the White Queen, but the thing is there's really very little that you can do. Her main look is this really dark lip and a really defined brow. Her eyes are actually kind of plain and pale. The most she has, certainly in the second movie, in the one that's coming out on Friday, is some pinky tones around the eyes, so there's really not room for experimentation. And obviously she's the White Queen, she's pure, she's very white. I don't want to mess with that. However, with the Red Queen, we have the blue, big blue eye, the weird look that I'm going to show you in a minute. So there's more room to play with, and there's more room to come up with something a little bit different and a little bit odd. I'm going to reiterate the same thing I said to you guys yesterday. I'm not a trained makeup artist. I don't have nice brushes. I make do with what I have. If I do it wrong, you can laugh. It's fine. I'm not going to get offended. I might get a bit upset though and cry. Coming back to our wonderful little shadow set. I'm kind of badly obsessed with this shadow set. All I do is take the drawer out rather than get the whole shebang out there. If you want to see the whole shebang, basically this top bit opens up to a mirror, and then you have these little doors, and these open up. And there's this cute little butterfly poking out. Let me get that. There you go. Look at that. I don't actually know what that's for, but it's super pretty. The most obvious choice to do the Red Queen with is Metamorphosis again, much like we used for the Hatter yesterday. I've got two pictures here. I've got one, I think, from the first film, and I'm going to hold it down like that to avoid windows. And to this side is the second film. And what I'm noticing in this one, not only is it extremely airbrushed, but there's more eyeliner going on, certainly on the top line. There's definitely more of a defined flick compared to, I think there's just a little bit more liner compared to the first look that we have here. That's just my opinion, but I'm going to interpret this as I so desire. But I've got to be honest, having this looking at me while I'm doing this is kind of freaking me out. I actually just got delivered a new product as well. I just got Tarte's Aqua Sealer. And I have to say, I will be doing a tutorial on this and the Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I don't know why they didn't come together. I ordered them exactly at the same time. I love QVC. You guys know I buy a lot of makeup from QVC, but I have an issue with the fact that if you're ordering two things at the same time, they're being sent in exactly the same way. Why can't you just double up the postage and send them in the same thing? They make you have a like-for-like item. So I remember I ordered a Lynx bracelet from them, and they wouldn't let me combine on it. I was having two of the same thing, there were two colours. Like, oh no, we can't combine on that. I think they need to change their postage policies. QVC, I love you, but you really need to update it, loves. Alright, so to this minute I have no makeup on my skin. You can see all the evils hanging out of my skin. That is perfectly fine. We'll be covering that up at a later stage today. But we're going to start off the same way I did yesterday, which is to apply the Laura Geller Real Deal Concealer all over my lid and then go back in with my primer. Some of you may do the primer first and the concealer second. I like to do concealer first and primer second. It is my face. This is the way I like it to be. And I just tend to pat and slightly drag along just to get a more of a plane, cancel out any evil and darkness going on. I've had long sleeps the last 2 days, so I shouldn't really have a lot of darkness, to be honest. I don't know why. I think it's because I did pay-per-view at the weekend, so I'm kind of catching up on these. You know what I'm going to use today foundation-wise is Creamy Confidence from Tarte, because I've had one go of that. And then because we've been doing pale looks, I've just been using this little guy back here, which is Laura Geller Baked and Brighten. Bake, Balance and Brighten. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one, isn't it? Try saying that 3 times over. And again, I'm going to go for Urban Decay's Anti-Aging Primer Potion. I don't want Thanks, iPad. I don't want to colour the eye like I normally do using Minor Sin, so I'm just going to go for a blob of this per finger. Look, that's all I use per finger, and this stays on all day. And I'm just going to pat that into the lid. Some of you may take this over the whole lid. I just put it on the eyelid, and I have found this one to be my best everyday eyelid primer, and I like the anti-aging quality about it. Okay, so this is the part where I remind you something else. I have not planned this. I am ad-libbing every single second. I have no plan. I've watched no other person's tutorials. I know nothing. I'm just gonna play and hope for the best, and if it's rubbish, it's pants, but that's fine too. That's really fine by me. So I don't really want to go for this really all over blue, but I am going to do the lid in blue. I'm going to show you that. So the defining blue is really the defining part of the Red Queen's makeup. So I think we did, as I said, Metamorphosis is a natural choice. The obvious choice to go with this, as I said at the start, is absolutely Metamorphosis because of the defining blue that the Red Queen has all over her eyes. But I think, again, I will start with a paler shade to base everything out on, and I think I'm going to go with Reflection like I did yesterday for Hatter. So again, I'm going to use this lovely cargo brush you saw yesterday with its little fluffy end. I love the orangey shade of this. I don't know if this is going to work as colour correction as well. I don't know. I know nothing, and it's more fun that way. Okay, so that's a base coat applied. It's just a slight tinge. It's nothing sort of majorly that you need to see. And I think to make this really work, I'm going to go with Royal Flush on the very, very corner, the inner corner of my eye, to get the brightness there. It's not something that Erasabeth has. She has literally this blue going all the way around the eye. I don't really want to do that because to me, you know what it looks like? As much as I love Tim Burton's creativity in that, it kind of looks like a little UFO hovering, beaming down on her eyes. And it's cool for the thing, but it's not cool for an inspired look, and that's what I'm doing. So all literally I've done, I'll show you again. Oh, I've gone to the wrong shade. I've used Royal Flush, and I'm literally going to pat it into that corner. I'm just going to draw it into that corner to really catch the brightness. I'm going to take it slightly up the eye, and like so. That's how I'm going to start. So for the blue, is that a lip brush? Yes, that's my lip brush. For the blue, as I said, we're going for Bandersnatch. That's the obvious choice, and I'm going to use this slightly smaller flat brush that I have. I seem to have a big piece of Bandersnatch on my hand now. Lovely. And I'm going to pat the shade onto the brush. I don't want too much because I know this is going to come out. Oh, maybe I don't need to blend this out later. I thought I was going to need to make it slightly lighter, but it seems to be coming out just fine as it is. I think to get the real blue of Erasabeth, you're going to need to actually get quite a lot of colour onto the brush here. I know when you see like people who really do know what they're doing with makeup, they'll often tell you less is more, but if you're trying to get the colour like this, unfortunately more is more. I'm going to come right into the socket with that, and I've just had another idea actually. Oh, how blue. Take that fluffy brush. This is just a Smashbox brush. Give that more of an even look. Okay, so I'm just going to copy it on the other side now. Back in with Metamorphosis. I never thought I would use this blue. I have to be honest. I looked at it, I thought, oh, there's a shade I won't use. Until I decided to do Alice in Wonderland tutorial videos. Yay! And if you get edging like that that's going to come down, this is where Beauty Blender and a concealer comes in handy. Okay, so that is our blue with a slight light tinge on the outside. So what I thought I would do now, I just had this idea, is to take this little brush here that came from Vice 4, and this is the exact same brush that comes in with the Alice set. I don't know why. I don't want to use the brush that came with the Alice set. I feel like it needs to be kept perfectly clean and pristine. I don't know why there it is, but they're literally exact doubles of one another. It's slightly longer actually, but I don't know why. I just don't want to use this. I feel like it needs to be kept perfectly pristine for all time. So I'm actually going to go with Bandersnatch, and I'm going to use this slightly stipply longer end, and I'm going to take Bandersnatch into the socket here to give it some definition. Which is making my eyes look even more blue. Oh, this is going to be a fun day at work. I kind of look like 80s blue right now. Huh. So the next thing, of course, is just to give this a blend, and I'm actually going to lighten this up with this brush, and I'm going to use Lily for that, which is this top shade here, the middle one. So kind of give it more of a sky blue, and then I'm going to push up and around as well. The same way I did yesterday, like small circular motions, but I'm also pushing it up into the eye to get that shading on it and to get that kind of faded out look. So we have a very blue eye going on right now, let me tell you. I'm going to, I think, just redefine the inner whites, just really to get a real brightness about it. So we use Royal Flush with that, so back in with Flush. You know what, I need to perm my hair and be an 80s prom queen right now. Try and decide if I should do anything on this outer corner here with something slightly darker, or if I should just kind of leave it like that. You know what I think I'm going to go and do? I'm going to think about that, and I'm actually going to apply my eyeliner now, because that will give me a look of it after. So for liner today, I'm actually going to use this lovely little Urban Decay Perversion. It's 24-hour glide on, I believe. It's quite small. I've had it quite a while now, but these are by far my favourite kind of eyeliners. I think I've moved away from liquids recently. I don't know why, I've just stopped liking them as much. Now, Erasabeth has quite a defined line on her eyes, so we're going to try and replicate that whilst also making it not look too heavy. So, oh, we should sharpen this, because look at the tip of that. That's just mangy. Look at it. Ah, that's just not good. Now, I'm also going to warn you, I do eyeliner wrong. I can't do when people do this and fill it. I have to start here, and then I draw the line out from here. I know that's the wrong technique, but I tried that, and I ended up looking like Amy Winehouse. So please don't judge for doing the wrong line. I'm going to apologise there. My camera, basically this camera will record for approximately about 23 minutes, and then it decides it's going to die. So I think I ran out just when I'd finished applying the eyeliner there, and I'm quite happy with the way this looks, but my next step is just to give a bit more definition. And the thing with the Red Queen is that she's got more going on under the eyes than I've played up to yet, with a lot of black liner, and they've used white eyeliner to really extend the shade, the size of her eyes as well. So what I'm going to do for this is quite a simple little trick. Is I'm just going to create a tiny bit of definition on the inner corner, and then I'm going to take the black underneath, but this time we're going to put our under eye concealer on first. So to do this, I think the best shade would be Thyme. It's quite dark, and I'm going to take one swatch on the brush. This is a very deep shade, and then going to give a brush to my hand to get rid of the excess, and then I'm going to tap it into this inner corner, just up to the brow bone slightly and down. I don't want to take away a lot of blue, and then because I've got so much excess on my hand here, I'm just going to do the same here on this side. Just a little. Obviously the blue is the main feature of this makeup, and my god, I feel like an 80s pop princess. I really do. I think I just need to take it right up to the brow. Okay, so I'm going to do eye concealer now, and because I can't wait to try this, I'm going for this one. So I'm going to follow what was done, which is to take a couple of dabs. Oh, by the way, anyone watching this who may have this product who's mentioned a paint smell with regards to this, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so in doing this as well, if you've got any excess here blue-wise, just correct it with the brush, or if you've got the Beauty Blender, do that as well. I'm not going to call any judgments on this under eye concealer yet. I'm going to wait till I do the proper video for it. So my next step is to kind of frame under the eye. As I said, there's a little element of black there. And I want my miniature, actually I'm going to go for this angled brush here. I think this angled end will be perfect because it will just sweep underneath. I'm going to take it that way and do that. So we're going to go back for time again, and I'm going to say 1 dab. That's all you're going to need, especially if you're going to smoke it out slightly like I am. And I'm going to meet this to the liner. Keep the angle, the bigger angle as you go down. Don't take it that way. 1 dab in again. And when you come to this bit, turn it round. Okay, same technique. Meet it with the flick. Bring it down. And then in. I'm not going right into the corner because obviously we've got the white in the corner. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going to come back with a fluffy brush. This one, and I'm just going to give it a slight lightening up. I don't want it to be too harsh. Obviously the White Queen's look is hot, the Red Queen's look is harsh, and we're being quite strong, I suppose. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that as a finished look. I don't know about you guys. I think that that's pretty defined. It's as blue as I feel comfortable going. It's got the darkness about it, and I've just realised that I've got a slight bit of black going on in there, so I'm just gonna conceal that bit there. I'm really happy with that. I think that speaks as the Red Queen. I'm gonna go to work like this again. The only finishing touch obviously is going to be a bit more white eyeliner. I forgot all about that. But I'm going to go away and put my foundation on now. So we'll redefine this in a little while. That's the white waterliner on. I'm now going to go away and just quickly put my foundation on. I'm going to do my eyebrows. And the last thing you need as a Red Queen is obviously quite a defining black mascara. So one of those as well. I'll come back and do that at the end. I'll be back in a few. Okay, so foundation is on. And I keep getting slightly scared by this makeup look, I have to tell you. I've done my eyebrows. That is just done with a number 7 brow pencil. It's this one here. Beautiful eyebrow. Absolute budget buy, but an amazing, amazing brow pencil. I'm going to give that a quick another comb up there. And I've just used Creamy Confidence powder today, which is this little Tarte guy here. I do like this product. There should be a video on that coming up. But in terms of giving the full coverage it claims, does it do it? Not really. I've still got some red pigment coming out here and here from my zits, but it does feel silky beautiful on the skin. So it's probably not the full coverage it claims, but it does do the job. This concealer seems amazing on my first try. I've got none stuck in my lines, and it definitely seems to be concealing a lot. So the question is, what do I do next? Well, I've got no mascara on, and I also have done nothing to my cheeks, so let's start there. Now, the Red Queen actually has a completely pale face with no blush or anything like that. So all I'm going to do is similar to what I did with the Hatter. I'm going to enhance the side of the cheek, but I'm not going to do it so pink this time. Well, this is Advanced Bare Radiance by Bare Minerals, and I'm going to use this one because it will only give an effect of a glow without being too blushy. And I'm going to go for the little angled brush from yesterday, the Spectrum brush that you see here. And in case you're wondering, there's actually a little damp cloth on my leg that I always rub my brushes on before I use them. Just in case anyone's worrying that I'm just like rubbing it somewhere gross, I'm not. And I'm going to take that on the brush, give it a tap, and I'm going to paint that in here the same way I did with Hatta. This will just give a definition to your cheekbone without contouring and without being too over blushed. And same for this. You literally need very little product with this. I've got a few granules of that in there. That's going to do just fine. Swirl it around, get it all in the brush, tap off excess and back in here. The angle of this brush will just do all the work for you. You don't even need to try and curve it. You just need to paint a nice line, giving you a definition like that. And then I'm going to apply my normal mineral veil that you've seen me do 1,000 times, which is this one, the SPF 25. I love this product. It's got to be a holy grail that I would never ever stop buying. And I want my Flawless Face brush for this little guy. Back in the powder and all over the face. Stippling slightly on the nose, because as you guys know, my nose is the root of all evil, as I've told you 1,000 times. And I'm quite content with just the one. I normally put another one on before I go out, just really to give it that finished look. So mascara. This one here is actually my nice makeup bag. I've got 2 makeup bags down at 3. I've got a train case for Bare Minerals. I've got a big case with all my eyeshadow stuff in. And, okay, this is where you sit there and look and go, what the hell would you choose? All my mascaras. I think I want to go for Roller Lash. So I'll start off with Benefit Primer, just to give it a quick once over. Roller Lash will really singularize all my lashes and give an amazing length, which is why I've decided to use it for this one. Now I'm quite content actually with 2 coats there. I think that does everything I need it to do perfectly well, and I think I'm efficient. Oh no, we forgot lip colour again. There is only one lip colour we can do with this look. The Alice Erasabeth. This is obviously an Urban Decay product. If you've seen it, you will know it. And it's the only shade we can do for Erasabeth. So Erasabeth is a pinky red, like so, if you've not seen it before. And I'm just going to put it all over my mouth. You could do the little heart shape if you wanted, I guess. No, it's meant to be realistic. I can't leave it like that. But it was fun for 2 minutes. This is normally the way I apply lipstick. I will do it normally right in the centres, but then the corners I use this for. It's the only shade we could ever do with this. And here is my Erasabeth finished makeup style, all done for you. So I've used the Erasabeth lipstick, and obviously we've done the Alice eye palette. I'm going to reiterate to you again, this is only an impressioned style. It's only my interpretation, not dulled down, but almost, you know, taken down to kind of an everyday kind of look, the way that you could do it if we were in an everyday situation. So here we go, here's the finished look. And that is the entire finished tutorial for Erasabeth the Red Queen. Thank you for being here and watching this slightly crazy looked video. If you would like to subscribe, the channel is down here. If you'd like to follow Instagram or Twitter, they're also in my little box. Join me in on the channel. It's my only criticism. I will see everyone again for another makeup tutorial, or we've got obviously now these little guys to come. So do keep watching. I hope you like this. I'm now going to go and get ready for work. I'll see everyone again. Bye.